Welcome to episode 19 of Solin Speaks. I'm Dan Solin. Today's topic? It's a departure from our usual subjects, but it's something that impacts financial advisors and their clients. We are going to discuss new technology to make you less anxious about going to the dentist. I use AI technology to create these podcasts for those who prefer learning by listening. I know your time is valuable, so I keep these podcasts under 10 minutes. Joining me today is my good friend David, who'll keep me on my toes with some great questions. Let's dive in.
Dan, I have to say, I was not expecting today's topic to be about dentistry. I thought we were going to discuss investments or maybe estate planning, but here we are talking about lasers, biofilm, and something called the wand. Should I be concerned?
Not unless you have a dentist appointment coming up. Look, dentistry is a $478 billion industry, and the tools dentists use can make a massive difference in patient comfort and outcomes. The problem is that most people just go to whoever their favorite dentist is without realizing there are game-changing technologies out there that can make the experience much better. I want to talk about 4 of them today. CEREC for same-day crowns, Fotona lasers for multiple procedures, the wand for painless injections, and Guided Biofilm Therapy, or GBT, for more comfortable cleanings.
That's a lot of tech for a field that still involves sharp tools and people poking around in your mouth. Let's start with CEREC. What's the deal with same-day crowns?
Traditionally, if you needed a crown, you had to go to the dentist, get an impression, wear an awkward temporary crown, and come back weeks later for the final fitting. CEREC changes all that. It allows dentists to scan, design, and mill a permanent crown right in the office in a single visit.
Sounds great, but there has to be a catch, right?
A couple, actually. First, not all dentists invest in CEREC, so you have to find one who does. Second, the upfront cost of the technology is high, and that can mean higher fees for patients. And finally, while CEREC crowns are strong, some experts believe lab-fabricated crowns may last longer, especially for back teeth that take more stress.
Okay, so we've got fast crowns. What about this Fotona laser? Is this some kind of science fiction dentistry tool?
It kind of is. Fotona lasers are incredibly versatile. They can replace drills for cavity prep, treat gum disease, whiten teeth, and even help with snoring. The best part? They often reduce or eliminate the need for anesthesia because they're less painful than traditional methods.
Wait, did you just say this laser can treat snoring? Are we talking about a futuristic dental sleep study?
Sort of. There's a treatment called night laze that tightens the tissues in your throat, reducing snoring and mild sleep apnea. It's non-invasive, and some people swear by it, but it's not cheap and it's not always covered by insurance.
All right, let's move on to the wand. I have to say, that name makes it sound magical.
The wand is a computer-assisted system that delivers anesthesia so precisely and slowly that you don't feel the typical sting of an injection. It also numbs only the area that needs it, so you don't end up leaving the office with half your face frozen.
Now that is an upgrade. No more drooling for hours after a dental visit.
Exactly, but again, not all dentists use it, and some might charge extra for the privilege.
Finally, let's talk about this guided biofilm therapy thing. It sounds like something from a high-end spa.
It almost is. Traditional dental cleanings rely on scraping and polishing, which can be uncomfortable, especially if you have sensitive teeth. GBT, on the other hand, uses a gentle stream of warm water, air, and fine powder to remove plaque and bacteria without all the scraping. It's more effective and way more comfortable.
So, bottom line, if I want a pain-free, quick, and effective dental visit, I need to look for a dentist with CEREC, Fotona lasers, the wand, and GBT.
Exactly. But if you don't mind the old school way or want to keep costs down, traditional dentistry still gets the job done. The key is knowing your options and making an informed choice.
Well, I never thought I'd say this, but I actually enjoyed talking about dentistry. Thanks, Dan.
Anytime, David. And to our listeners, thanks for tuning in to episode 19 of Solin Speaks. If you found this helpful, share it with a friend who dreads the dentist. See you next time.